Buddy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89. Today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for the Four Nights of the Apocalypse chapter 55. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and nah, we ain't sponsored by Kodansha, and nah, we ain't sponsored by Crunchyroll, which, by the way, is where you can find legal simulpubs of Four Nights of the Apocalypse. And I'm probably the only person that's going to bring up the Crunchyroll manga app, and I'm still not sponsored by them. And I'm just on a non-stop high-speed struggle train heading into chaos and getting faster by the second. Seriously, we're talking panic attack, migraine, and at speed levels of struggle up and yeah. Seriously, I'm struggling to keep a roof over my head. It is that bad. But if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, feel free to hit up my Cash App and PayPal. Those links are in the description box below. So, Nerdigans Tristan is finally here, and he's not the same little kid we saw up at the end of Seven Deadly Sins. Nah, he's grown. And damn, he looks good for 16. Yes, he does. But anyways, it seems to me that King and Diane's kid ain't here yet. Nah, but they will be here soon. Are we going to see them this week? Well, let's get to this chapter and find out. So without further ado, let's get to it. And this chapter is titled Tristan. Look how good he looks. His eyes look great. Remember, he has two different color eyes. One blue, one green. His hair looks fantastic. Love the outfit he's wearing. I love this background. It looks so pretty. God damn it, Nakaba. Prince Tristan, please report back home. You're back from your search for the prophesied knight, I presume. That can wait until later. Could you maybe explain what's going on? These are Chaos Knights in the service of King Arthur, and to prove it, he bears the piece of the coffin of eternal darkness taken from our castle. They are Knights of Chaos? They hardly seem that way to me. Have you been using a sylph? Remove it at once, Chion. Okay. Dude, Chion is creepy. This is going way too far. But look, Prince, the piece of the coffin. I had word just the other day that the dragon fragment was seized by an ally. Huh? Didn't quite get you, huh? Too bad. Guess you're a lot luckier than I thought. I'm all alone again. Tawny, Nyson's, Aunt, you all took them from me. Huh? Whoa. Chion, what is it? My arm. What? Okay. We need to talk about this. First of all, Nakaba, this is so good. I love how creepy this looks. Creepy this looks. I want you Nerdigans to remember this. Remember what knight Percival is supposed to be. He is supposed to be the Knight of Death. And ooh, death he is. Yes, we are seeing it firsthand. It's like his arm's been mummified. Did you do that? Answer me. Jade, remove the darkness at once. Show this boy what he's done to him. Yes, right away. Woo! We don't know who this boy is yet. Jade, speak to me. It's too dangerous to take off. Birdwings? Who are you? If you serve chaos as my ally's claim, I must assume you are our enemy. The goddess, the goddess wings. Yaz, Vaza, Zagra. The tongue is not familiar to me, and this magic, it is rough, wild, pulsing like a heartbeat. Twinkling star. Ooh. Percival? Not a demon then? No. Let's join you, Prince Tristan. I hate to shed needless blood, but I may not have a choice. Hurry, strike him down. Come on now. We will never let you do that. We were here to protect Percival. Yeah, because, you are our hope. You're in mortal danger. Leave here at once. The boy is simply not normal. Whether he's normal or not, he's Percival. Aw, we're right here. We'll never let you be alone. The magic waves are stabilizing? Huh? You call yourselves Holy Knights of Lyonesse? This is Percival, the Knight of the Apocalypse. Your king invited him here. Oh my god. Yeah. This is Percival, the Knight of the Apocalypse. Your king invited here. No. Remove the darkness from him. Yes, my lord. Guys. Oh, Percival. Oh, man. But boy, we needs to talk about this. Because this kind of goes back to when we learned about what the Four Knights of the Apocalypse are. Because remember that panel? I have the panel in front of me. Remember that the darkness of that panel. This is what happens when you put them in darkness. When you put Tristan, when you put Lancelot, and you obviously put Percival, when you have him in darkness, when he's shrouded in darkness, when chaos ensues, when you have him to this breaking point like this, when you bring upon the rapture, oh bitch, we know what's gonna happen. We got a taste of it. And remember what Tristan, and for those of you that don't remember, Tristan is the plague. Oh my gosh. Lancelot is starvation. And War is King and Diane's kid. So, ooh, bitch. This is gonna be very interesting. And 4 knights who will remember, these are 4 knights who will destroy the world with 4 calamities. If you put them in dark, if you push them past their breaking points, that's what's gonna happen. Percival gonna fuck you up. He is the Knight of Death. He is, and he means business. Now, for the Knight of Plague, though, I'm very curious what will happen to Tristan to push him past that point. Well, obviously his squad's gonna have to die. For sure, his squad is gonna die. But Cheon, there's something off about Cheon, though, with what he said and the look in his eye. Or look in his eyes. Because it seems so off. If I'm calling it now, Cheon's gotta be a mole. I thought he was King and Diane's kid because of the sylph that was used. But, if Cheon's not a mole, he's gonna succumb to chaos. Chaos is coming for him. Damn straight, chaos is coming for him because Cheon has he has business now with Percival. He has a grudge against Percival now. Obviously for Lancelot, we know what his breaking point will be, and same with King and Diane's kid. It will be when Arthur comes for the Fairy King Forest. Let's be fucking real. They're gonna come for the Fairy King Forest. There's going to be there will be a genocide. Arthur is going, because remember what Arthur is setting out to do. There's going to be a mass genocide going on. And I wonder if with Lancelot, if it's going to be the mass genocide of like the Fae, and with Diane and King's kid, if it's going to be like the mass genocide of the giants. I wonder if that's going to be what would break them. I'm very curious. Obviously, with Percival, it's going to be... Now you got to wonder if Nysons and them are going to die. And that's going to be what causes him to break. I don't know if that's going to be the case. That is a good question, though. That's a very good question. But then, you know what else raises the question, though, is will the mass genocides that you see, and like to say for example, like in the Fairy King forest, would that be enough to push Percival, for example, past that breaking point? I feel like it might, because the only reason why it might not, though, is because what keeps Percival grounded is Nyson's, Donnie, and Anne, because they see him as his hope. As long as there's hope in the world, that's how Percival is going to stay grounded. But man, that really kind of makes you wonder. It makes you wonder if they are murdered, if they die, well, obviously, if they die, then that's going to change everything. But not, is it going to be, now I have to change the question. Is it not if, is it when? Is it a matter of time that they're going to die? That's the real question. I wonder if Arthur is going to capture them, and that will kick off everything for Percival. If Arthur is going to capture them and torture them or something for Percival to get triggered. I wonder if that's going to be the case, because Percival would feel like he's alone again and feel hopelessness. In the case of Tristan, it would be Leoness falling, right? Meliodas ain't dying. We know based on what we saw near the end of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, or not, in the Natsu no Taizai, Meliodas ain't dying. He ain't dying. He's gonna be there with them during this fight. He will be. So Meliodas ain't dying. But I'm telling you, with Tristan and King and Diane, not Tristan, I'm sorry, with King and Diane's kid, and with Lancelot, it's gonna involve the Fairy King forest, and I think most of the giants are dead, but for the remaining giants that are alive, bitch, when they come for them, that's gonna be when war and starvation kick off. I'm very curious what you guys think. What do you guys think is going to be the trigger for? We know what Percival's trigger is for death to kick off. What do you guys think Tristan's trigger is going to be? What do you guys think Lancelot's trigger is going to be? You know what? I'm going to change my statement for Tristan. You know what Tristan's trigger is going to be? I'm going to call this now as Isolde. Once Isolde dies, that's going to be his trigger. Watch. When Isolde dies, that's going to be his trigger. Kind of similar to what we saw with Meliodas and Elizabeth. Isolde's going to be his trigger. I'm going to call that for Tristan. For Lancelot, when we get to Guinevere, I think that will be his trigger as well. That's what I'm guessing. Because that would fit with the lore better. Right? I'm very curious what you guys think. Do you guys think that would fit better with the lore, that if for Tristan's trigger, that it would be when, or if, Isolde is killed or captured / tortured, and then for Lancelot, I feel like it's got to be the Fairy King Forest or a combination of that, or it's either that or Guinevere. It's got to be one of those two, or it could be both. But for King and Diane's kid, that's where I'm not sure. We got to get the name. Once we get King and Diane's kid's name, then we can really theorize it for sure. That's what it feels like for me. Yes, that feels right. I'm very curious what you guys think. What do you guys think? Because we now know it's confirmed for what Percival's trigger is. What do you guys think Tristan's trigger is? Do you guys think it's Isolde? Or do you guys think it's his squad in general? Do you think uh oh my god, I fucking forgot his name. I think it's Cheon, right? Do you think Cheon is going to do you think Cheon is yeah, do you think Cheon is going to turn? That look in his eyes makes me think Cheon's going to turn. And do you think Lancelot's trigger is going to be Guinevere, or do you think it's going to involve the fairy King Forest? I'm very curious what you guys think in regards to that. What do you guys think in regards to King and Diane's kid? Do you guys, as of right now, I'm thinking it's going to involve the Giants, but I think it'll be easier to figure out once we get the name. Obviously, it could involve the parents dying as well, especially I think with Bond. Bond's mortal now, so Bond dying would be another one for. That could be another one for Lancelot as well. Is Bond? If Bond dies, oh bitch, Lancelot would be fucking triggered as hell. Oh, I could believe that too. If Bond dies, because Lancelot's a daddy's boy, let's be real. If Bond dies, Lancelot would be triggered too. I would not be surprised if Lancelot is triggered, if his power is triggered by Bond dying, or well, the Fairy King Forest goes when the Fairy King dies, technically. So if Bond dies, or if Guinevere dies, I think that's going to be when Tristan gets triggered. I'm very, not Tristan, I'm sorry, when Lancelot gets triggered. I'm very curious what you guys think about that. Very curious what you guys think about Tristan, if it's going to be Isolde or if it's going to be like Elizabeth dying. What you guys think in regards to that? Because if it's more tied to the Goddess clan and Elizabeth dying, I think that's a possibility as well. Because she is mortal now, so that would make sense. If Elizabeth dies too, Tristan would get triggered. But I really feel like it's with lore, it makes sense if it's Isolde. And what do you guys think about Diane and King's kid? I think it will know more once we get the name, but right now I feel like it has something to do with the Giants. But I'm very curious what you guys think. I'm glad that we officially know what Percival's trigger is, and I like that we got to see the power. And do you guys think Cheon is going to join Chaos? Based on that look in his eyes, I believe it. Hands down, I believe it. Now that he especially has business with Percival, he has a grudge against Percival now. Oh, bitch, he's going to turn. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what I'm doing. I want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more Four Knights of the Apocalypse content. A few ways you can do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All is in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.